This is the pros and cons of the top 10 biggest albums that I could think of that were released this year. I have like one R&B in here, and then the rest of these are all rap albums. We're going to talk about it all though, so before we do that, get some cranberry juice and some Cheerios, something to snack on for today's video, and let's get right into it. The first one we're going to talk about here is Don't Tap the Glass, and honestly, I feel like it's an evolved Tyler production. You know what I'm saying? Every time that Tyler the Creator puts something out, I feel like it has a new type of addition of his production, and this is just one step further into what he's gonna do. Pretty soon he's gonna be dropping orchestral, I don't even know, he's gonna be releasing some orchestral music in the future, something crazy I can imagine. And as always, the style is fun on here. You know what I'm saying? Tyler the Creator's flows on here pretty fun, as well as the third pro is he still had some great world building and immersion, despite the fact that he said he wasn't even going to do that. It's like he just can't help himself. It's like he's sitting there in his chair. He's just like, oh man, if only I could just immerse people into another world building experience every single time he does that. And that's why I appreciate Tyler the Creator is he adds so much quality into everything he puts out, even if it's not a massive release. Now I'm going to talk about some of the cons here. And I feel like he comes off a little strong sometimes. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Tyler the Creator can come off a little bit strong sometimes. Like, I don't enjoy all of his deliveries. I think sometimes he can be a little bit over the top and a little bit almost obnoxious. But maybe not really obnoxious, but like a little bit just like corny sometimes. And I love Tyler, bro. And maybe it's because of the fact that my second point here is we just got Chromacopia, so I wasn't really looking forward to like a new Tyler the Creator album, and I was kind of in like a different phase of music at the time, so I wasn't really ready for another Tyler album. I didn't have enough time to sit with Chromacopia yet, and even then I'm like make us miss you a little bit, bro. Damn. But then the last thing I'm gonna talk about here is a little bit of disingenuous with some of the lyrics, and I just don't go to Tyler the Creator for him talking about things that I could get from other artists. I don't listen to Tyler the Creator to talk about him being ignorant, bro. Like, I don't like when Tyler the Creator is ignorant because I don't come to him for that. If I want to listen to ignorant music, I'm going to listen to Baby Kia, bro. Like, I don't know. Some of the stuff he says just seems disingenuous a little bit. Like, it doesn't feel like he wants to say it. It almost feel like he's saying it just to, like, build a different character, you know? Whoa, wait a minute. This just got crazy because, like, you know what I'm saying? What if that's the next character? What if we get like a Michigan the Creator or something like that, like Lil Yachty did, you know what I'm saying? That'd be interesting. Anyways, bro, I don't know what I'm talking about, bro. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Next, we have God Does Like Ugly with JID, and there was a ton of effort put into this album, right? I love the amount of effort that JID always puts into everything that he puts out. Second, the production here was absolutely beautiful. I don't know if stellar is the right word. I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like Googling the word stellar, but I feel like stellar is a good word to describe this album. The flows on here are absolutely absurd. You know what I'm saying? Every single time. He's almost like Eminem if he was like a lot less corny. And I know a lot of y'all Eminem fans also are gonna hate the fact that I be saying stuff like that, bro, but I can't listen to modern day Eminem. You know, it's just difficult. But I will say, sometimes JID also has a tendency to be corny. That's the first con here. You know what I'm saying? That's the first con here. And then honestly, there's not really a lot that I can say about this album that I think is cons. I mean, maybe there's a couple songs on here that aren't perfect. Like, I would take a couple of these off here. Like the K word I might take off of the album if I were him. G's Up I might take off of the album if I were him. There's just a couple small songs I didn't really enjoy that much, whereas the Forever Story was a lot more foundationally strong. The next album that we have here is The Last One by Gunna. He just dropped this. Gunna's delivery is always incredible to me. You know what I'm saying? Gunna always does a great job at his delivery, as well as I like some of his production. But that I only really have two things to say about this album. Maybe it's because I need more time. But those are the two pros. The first con here is also similar. The production sounds the same on almost every single song. Gunna, please do something. And another thing is, if you're gonna have all these songs sound the same and you don't have a ton to say about stuff, please stop bloating your albums. That's the second con here. Please stop adding 25 songs. I don't want to sit here and I could watch half of Toy Story. I might be able to watch almost the entirety of Toy Story before this album is done listening. Before I can, I'm sorry, I'm tweaking out, but I can't even finish the album. Like, I was actually had a hard time finishing the album. And the last thing is it made me realize how annoying Gunna fans are, bro. Because I really did enjoy his last project. I thought it was pretty good. But this is just, it's just a lot going on here. And I don't even think this album's that bad, bro. I was pretty excited for it coming into it. The singles were strong, all that. I don't think it lived up to expectations, to be honest with you. And I still think that Young Thug Marco is going to drop a better album than the last one. With that being said, we have Alfredo. And the production on this album was absolutely terrific, as always. The chemistry with him and The Alchemist is absolutely incredible. That's just the second one. That's the second pro. Freddie also has the greatest delivery of all time. Okay, so I'm definitely glazing a little bit and my microphone cut out. But with that being said, every song after Enchilada is almost perfect. We're going to go to the cons now. And the first couple songs on this album were slightly weaker than the rest of the album, in my opinion. And I don't think they're bad by any means, but I just don't think they're up to par with a lot of the other stuff that he put out in the rest of this album. And then sometimes I feel like Freddie Gibbs' lyrics can feel a little bit surface level. You know what I'm saying? And it's just to hold on to his complex flow. So I understand that. You can't really like drop insane bar after insane bar like your Babytron or something like that if you're dropping these crazy flows. With that being said, I only really have like 2 cons for him. Next, we have Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd. And the production on this album is absolutely beautiful, as well as the beautiful vocals on here, as well as just beautifulness of this album. Those are my 3 pros. And honestly, bro, the song Cry For Me, the song Enjoy the Show, Big Sleep, most of the album is just really good. You know what I'm saying? And the cons for this album is it's just too good. And then I guess another con here would be the fact that it's a little bit bloated. Like, you could definitely say that he did not outdo the After Hours. There are some weaker songs on here, as well as Sao Paulo was kind of a weak single for me, even though it sounded better on the album. Next, we have I Am Music, and the pros is Cardi's musical vision is absolutely fire. Every time he drops some new stuff, it's pretty cool. He's also pretty versatile with his voices on here, which is nice. And it's always a refreshing sound when you get Cardi. Maybe a little bit less refreshing this time around, but it's still pretty cool. My biggest con here is why did he not put more effort into his verse on Crush? That song had the greatest, most ascending. When I heard the snippet for Crush, I was out of my seat. And then when I heard the actual verse on it, I was like, all right, okay. It's okay. It's a good song. Somebody called this song or this album I Am Bloat, and I think that 34 songs is wicked, even if it is just the deluxe. He had way too many songs on here. I completely agree with that. And then there's no Frank Ocean on here, which means nothing, but it's just an extra con, I guess. Mac Miller, the pros of this is it's a super chill album. You know what I'm saying? The production on here is super nice and beautiful for my ears, as well as the songs Funny Papers and Rick's Pianos are incredible. And I think my biggest con here is the moral ambiguity of releasing an album when an artist is not with us anymore. I think that's a little bit crazy to me. Also, I would like to say that Mac Miller didn't put a lot of these songs out, so I don't really feel comfortable criticizing a lot of the stuff on here. But I will say that sometimes Mac Miller, with his delivery, can be a little bit too silly. But, I mean, he's just a silly guy. Next, we got Glocki. And these the samples on here were crazy. You know what I'm saying? As well as Key Glock has some incredible flows and deliveries with always. And then the other pro is the song Money Habits. And then my biggest con here is the fact that sometimes his lyrics are a little bit also very, very weak. A similar thing with Freddie Gibbs, but Freddie Gibbs actually has better lyricism than Key Glock. Key Glock is just horrible with his lyrics. Like, sometimes I sit back and I'm just like, wow, he don't be saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? He does sometimes. Okay, let me not get this twisted. Key Glock, sometimes when he locks in, he can drop a few crazy lines. But for the most part, I just can't sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just too much. Next, we have 12 by Westside Gun. And the luxurious beat selection here makes me want to become a wine connoisseur, bro. The beat selection of Westside Gun really needs to be studied because it's just beautiful. The other pro here I have is Brother Tom Sos. I don't know how to say his name. Had some incredible, refreshing features. I think that a lot of the time Griselda albums sound similar with all their features, and it gets a little bit to me. You know what I'm saying? It gets a little bit boring almost. And I feel like he did a great job with having a couple interesting features on here. The song Dump World is a pro in itself. There's a couple songs on here that were incredible. Cons, you could always bring up how repetitive he is, or ST Nack singing on Bury Me with a Stove was a horrible listen. I actually could not listen to him singing. I can't even playlist that song. And I thought I enjoyed that song originally. I just can't do it. Just because on how bad that feature is. And then the last album that we have here is New Detroit by Lilo. And the pros is everything. You know what I'm saying? Lilo is just the GOAT. There's a blend of great beat selections, flows, artistic visions, and he can maintain the swag with it all. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have a hard time blending artistic ideas, flows, beat selection, and maintaining the swag. Lilo does all that, bro. This entire video was actually just the grand scheme to get you to listen to New Detroit by Lilo. I'm probably biased because I'm from Michigan, but I truly think that you should give this new Lilo album a listen. It's a great album. With that being said, though, if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe. We're down like 5 subscribers this past month. It's cool though, bro. It's cool. We can lock in. I don't know. No, don't if you don't want to. I love you all very much. I'm conflicted. And check out my socials if you want, though. You should do that because I tweet a lot. I'm out. Peace.